Just really just excited about winning today, this afternoon. We knew this was going to be a challenge for us. Southern coming into our building, just a great team. They're going to have a really good season, I think, down the road. And we've been on a long stretch, so it was just really important that we found any possible way to get this win. I thought we had some great contributions, some good balance with today's game. Really just happy with the performance of Chloe Murata. I thought obviously the double-double, but she was really good defensively and really helped us in a lot of different situations.
So you guys started off the first quarter with a good amount of turnovers, and you took King out early, and then she went back in and she got on the board, got her shot, her groove. So what was said to her after you took her out?
Well, I think you hit it on the head. We turned the ball over way too much, and kind of a lot of wacky turnovers, travels, charges, bobbling the ball. We knew Southern was going to probably press the entire game, and knew there would be some situations where it was going to feel probably like more than 5 people on the floor defensively. I thought Jordan got off to a slow start, and the luxury a little bit with our rotation is we can take her out and let her compose herself. And I thought she did a much better job the rest of the game in that third and fourth quarter, just handling the ball and getting us in our offense a little bit better than that first quarter.
And Liza, Chloe, and Kennedy all combined for 33 rebounds in total. So how do you feel about those 3 players are racking up their stats? As Liza had 12, Kenny had 12 points, Kenny had 11 rebounds, and Chloe then had 10 and 10. So
yeah, they'll love those stats that you just mentioned. That's what they look at more than any other statistic in a game, just offensive rebounds and just the opportunities to get those extra boards. And I thought they were all really, really good. I thought we had some great possessions defensively where we were disciplined, kept them in front, made them take difficult shots, and then we were able to clean up. And to have rotation where you can have any one of our post players potentially get 8 to 10 boards is pretty awesome. So they work on it, they talk about it. It's a sense of pride for them, and it was just really good to see some of those numbers.
And then what do you guys look to do on Friday to hold back from those turnovers against Boulder?
First and foremost, we just need some rest. We're going to give them a day off and let them get caught up with school. And I think a little bit of that was some fatigue. So we'll reset ourselves, coaches and players included, and excited to get on the road for the first time.
And I asked this question to Chloe, but going from their last game, Southern's last game, they lost by 60 to Texas A&M. So as a coach, how do you try to prepare your team for a team like Southern that's coming off of a 60-point loss, but knowing that they still keep up that pressure all game long?
Yeah, it's irrelevant what the game before looks like. I mean, we spent, especially these early season games, we spent hours and hours watching last year's film, and Texas A&M is a really, really, really good team. That's why we don't pay much attention to the score versus what Southern does and the way they play. And I think they're a really good team. I think they got some competitors. They got some kids who can score the ball. They can get downhill. I love that kid in the paint, the way she takes up space and rebounds. So we knew it was going to be a tough challenge. And Coach does a great job with those kids. And they're gonna, if you take them lightly, they have a chance to beat some really good teams.
And we saw Rose's contribution in her game really step up, even having a slight ankle breaker, as the broadcasters were saying. So what do you think her role is going to be like this season?
I'm just excited for Rose to get time on the court. I think she's worked really hard in this offseason to fill that void at that point guard position and give Jordan and Carissa and just our rotation more depth. I just excited for her to be able to, in this kind of situation where there was a lot of pressure and a lot of decision making. She did a nice job defensively against their players as well.
And then 8 days straight, obviously, with 3 games. How important is it early in the season to get, even though it's tough to do all games in a row, but moving forward and learn from it and just stay motivated and just continuing to come out and play full?
Yeah, I think you're really finding your identity in non-conference, right? You're working on different rotations, getting them in game shape. As players, they just want to play games. They don't probably care too much about the practice part, even though us coaches love it. But I think we played 3 very different teams, which was great, just to see the different styles and a little more high octane, fast paced in certain games, and then a little bit more of a slower pace against NJIT. But I think that's the goal of non-conference, to put your team in different situations with different personnel. And I thought we got a lot accomplished in this week. Even moving forward, we're going to be able to reference a game like today, how we made some adjustments at halftime and how we got better in a lot of different ways. And that's the name. We're going to, take one game at a time and, like I said, get some rest and then, watch the film and see however many new ways we can improve on.